if you look at any really, really good instructor, they are a master of disguising repetition, okay? And disguised repetition is a way of keeping techniques fresh while still having your student do the same thing over and over again. Like, as if you've been training any length of time, you'll know that you need to practice things like thousands and thousands of times. There's always this 10,000 repetition idea running around. But it's also, you need to be engaged when you're doing those repetitions, and very few people have the patience just to drill, like do the same thing over and over again for like 10,000 times. Like Chelsea definitely doesn't. I kind of maybe half do, but really I prefer to be doing other things or hiding what I'm doing in other ways. Okay, so disguised repetition is a way of us doing that. So what we often do when we're teaching is we have a central theme that we work, and then we hide it through either adding on extra techniques, or we hide it through specific training, or we hide it through like drills and games. Okay, so again, if we take an example, what should we take an example of? Let's take an example of like pulling guard, for example. Okay, it's a really important technique, and we have to work it all the time. So one thing that we can do, which is good to start working, is literally just pulling guard. Okay, getting into this position. Okay, going backwards and forwards, you know, working it through. A really, really simple idea to like pull our collar and sleeve position. If I wanted to change that slightly, what I can do is we can say, okay, I want you guys to do it back and forth, and I want you to try and do as many reps as you can in a minute. So we've taken the same technique, but now we've added a goal to the end of it. So it becomes a challenge, so people tend to work harder. Okay, you could do the same idea with like number of reps as well. Try and do 20 as fast as you can, and then sit down, legs crossed when you're done. Okay, so that's one way that we can do it. The other thing that we can try to do now is, let's say, okay, I'm going to teach the guard pull, I'm going to go through all of that, but we're going to do a guard pull, and then we're going to go on to like a very simple sweep. So I set up my guard pull here, okay, and then we're going to do a sweep to the side and come up on top. Okay, or it could be that you do the guard pull, and then you go into any sweep that you like, or you do a guard pull and go into a submission. So what we've then done is we've taken that one technique and we've made it slightly longer. Okay, so we've added on something else to hide the first bit while they're still working that technique. The next thing that we might want to do is make some kind of game out of it as well. So again, we're here. The goal is for the person to pull guard first. Okay, so when we're here, ready, I'm going to pull guard first. Very, very simple, but it's like who can get down to the ground, who can touch the butt first. Or it might be that I'm gonna pull guard, and then Chelsea has to pass straight away, and I have to just tie her up into a position. So here, she's trying to pass. Okay, I'm trying to lock her down, and we do the same thing. Okay. Or it might be that we're standing up here, and now Chelsea is trying to break my grips continually. Okay, so I'm trying to get to my grips that I want to pull. Okay, and then I can sit down into position. So again, we're doing the same thing over and over and over, just in different ways, okay? And that's something that we work a lot in our classes because it's just more fun. It's getting people to do the same thing over and over again, but in different ways, and it's just far more enjoyable. Particularly for people that haven't necessarily been in jiu-jitsu that long, it's a great way to go.